So in Unit 2b, we are talking about the per unit tax. Right here is the supply and demand curve, which is original shape like this. If the government put a $2 per unit tax, the supply curve will goes up and to form a new supply curve. And this red box is the tax collected by the government, and this small gridded area is what we call the debt we lost, because the trade didn't happen in this small box. The trade only happened at this quantity, and this price only happened here, and this quantity it didn't happen. So it depends on who pays the tax more. We need to think about the elasticity, which is like this. If the supply curve is more elasticity than the demand curve, the buyer will pay more the tax than the seller did. And also right here, when the demand is more elasticity than the supply, and the seller will pay more than the buyer did. Another concept is that when the government sets a price, and if the price is higher than the equilibrium price, it's called price floor. And therefore, this shady area doesn't happen, the trade doesn't happen, so there are also a debt we lost, which means that if there's no debt we lost, it have to be the price at equilibrium and the quantity at the equilibrium. And this is a price floor which is above the equilibrium, and now it's the price ceiling which is below the equilibrium, and also it only happens trade here, and the rest part of the trade doesn't really happens. The last concept is known as the international trade, which means this is the normal supply and demand curve. This is the equilibrium price that in the country, and this is the price of the international price, called price international. This will be the quantity of the international. Since the people are willing and able to pay till this point, this whole part will be the consumer surplus, because compared to the price here, they are more willing to pay the lower price, which is international price, to buy the same identical food, buy the same goods. So therefore, this small area will be the producer surplus, and this will be the consumer surplus. So also there will, if the government impose tax on the international trade, still equilibrium, still international price, but after the government put a tax on it, this red box will be the tax revenue, and also willing to pay, able to pay, willing to pay, able to pay. This triangle will be the consumer surplus, and this triangle, which is higher than the first one, will be the producer surplus. And this small triangle, also this small triangle, will be the debt we lost, because the trade could have happened, but it didn't happen.